2, 3, 4, 5. One, two. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, A, B, C, D, E, F. The turkey tastes pretty good. Not bad. Oh, I did. Thought I'd take your suggestion. I just received your tape today in the mail. Like I said, I thought I'd take your suggestion and send you a video instead of a tape. Yeah, I was listening to that tape you sent me, and yeah, it's all distorted. I could just barely make out what you were saying. The first side came out okay. The first part of the tape was kind of scratchy. The latter part of the tape it was a little bit scratchy, but it sounded all right. But when I went to flip over the tape, it was I just barely make you out. I couldn't make out most of the things you were saying. But anyhow, here I am in my brig office. Not really much to do right now. It's about 12 o'clock, about 12:30 in the afternoon, and turn 2 just went down, and I've already run out of things to do today, at least temporarily. That's how dry it is on board this ship. My job on here is really, I don't know, I feel inessential. A little bit too easy. Command is a good command. And because of that, a lot of our problems on here are basically alleviated by good leadership and good seal and good XO. Sorry if I have to keep getting up to shut that thing off and turn it back on. I forgot the remote control switch at home. Made up a list here of things I want to talk about. That way I won't have to keep getting up and shutting the machine off while I'm thinking about what to say. I, like most other people, hate standing in front of a camera even though it's my home. First I'd like to talk a little bit about the ship. There's really not much to say about it. It's basically a Navy-owned merchant. It's run by Navy personnel. It's 576 feet long, about 80 feet across the beam.
Seabag locker will be open from now to 13:30.
Seabag locker. We have 4 holds. We carry marine equipment, Army or marine tanks, their jeeps, various other equipment. The holds they go down 4 platforms. If you want to think about how much we carry, if you took the old Army Jeep, the ship would carry 484 of them if they're packed tightly. Hold on a second, somebody's at the door. I'm back. Yeah, somebody came down, they had to get to the Seabag locker. Okay, anyway, talking about the ship again. Like I said, we'll carry a lot of cargo. The only problem we really have is like when we carry Army tanks, we can't carry that many because of the weight factor. The crew, it varies anywhere between 270 and 325, depends on what they want to give us for personnel. Right now we got more people, it seems like, transferring than we got coming in. Basically my job on here, because of the attitude of the crew and the way they act, is really a just checking new people on board, you know, giving them their linen, you know, really chicken shit stuff. Plus, you know, making sure people have haircuts and they're in proper uniform attire or civilian attire. When guys get in trouble, taking care of the incident complaint reports or playing as a liaison between the ship and the foreign nationals, the police playing liaison between the ship and NIS or Shore Patrol. So, you know, when I do that kind of stuff, it's kind of interesting. The general routine on the ship, though, is really drab. Needless to say, I'm sitting here right now. You know. Usually I sit up in first class mess. That's where the XO and the CO wants me as a good contact point for the crew and whoever needs to talk to me. We just got a police report in the other day, or last night as a matter of fact, of a guy that was over at the circus that's in town right now. Well, apparently this guy stuck his hand through the cage, and one of the lions attacked him and pretty well hacked up his arm. Right now he's at the hospital, and they're talking about transferring him up to Yokosuka to try and fix him up. They say they're going to be able to save his arm, but that doesn't really mean anything. It could be limp forever for all we know. But it was kind of funny that something like that would happen. You don't always hear about guys in the Navy getting jumped on by tigers or lions. The ship's got not really all that good of a schedule. We spend a lot of time going to Korea, Okinawa. About twice a year we go down to the Philippines. As a matter of fact, this cruise will be going down to the Philippines for about 12 days for an upkeep. Give me a last minute chance to do some shopping and get all the things I wanted bought prior to leaving the Westpac area. And then from there we're going down to Thailand, Pattaya Beach. We'll be there for 6 days, just for R&R only. And it's I've been thinking about buying a bunch of jewelry from Mako and some other odds and ends. Some of my Hawaii shirts that I like, and you know, some jams type swimming suits or cutoffs for Bobby and Tammy. They both seem to like those a lot. Anyhow, enough about the ship. Let me talk a little bit about the surrounding areas. But before I say that, let me just say that this is just a prelude to the video I'm going to shoot. After I get done talking to you, I'll go ahead and go out and make a bunch of videos of the area and take pictures of the ship and get Mako and Tammy and Bobby and Chrissy in on it and have a good time making this movie for you and get it sent out to you. Like I said, or like the movie says, it's the 3rd of January. I'll try and get this thing made before we get back from this coming cruise, which will be probably the first part of February. Because I'd like to get some pictures of Thailand and the Philippines and stuff too, send them along to you. You'd probably enjoy those. Anyhow, about the surrounding area, I'm sure that Japan's probably changed quite a bit since you've been here last time. Everything's modernized. It looks like living in a mini America. As the pictures I take will indicate, there's no more rickshaws, or there probably wasn't any when you were here either. It wasn't all that long ago. People are really modernized. You don't see very many of them walking around anymore in kimonos or happy jackets or anything else. They're all in civilian or American attire. And they love spending money. Whether they see something new, they go out and buy it the next day, it seems like. It's like the old the Joneses next door type syndrome. One guy has it, the other guy goes out and buys it or something better. And that's pretty much the norm now for the Japanese people. but they still maintain their customs, which is great. And I still think, in my mind's eye, the Japanese are probably some of the greatest people on earth. They're innovative, they're kind-hearted, very shy. As a matter of fact, they're so shy that until you get to know them, they appear to be standoffish. You know, that it looks like they feel they're better than you. But after you get to know them, they're not really that way. They're just very shy individuals. The children are very outstanding, though. They'll come right up to you and try and speak English to you and say, "Hello, American." And I haven't heard "this is a pen" for years and years, but that used to be the thing with Japanese kids. They'd come running up to you and say, "This is a pen," you know, and just kind of gaff them off. But as long as I've been over here, Japan to me is still a very interesting country, and the people are very interesting. If the yen rate was better over here, I'd strongly consider staying over here after I get out, mainly because of the people, and I enjoy their culture. It's just like the people, though, until you get to know it or until you've been here for a while, it's really hard to understand it. And I think probably Americans have a really strong feeling of culture shock when they come over here, mainly because of the customs and because of the shyness of the Japanese. But after they've been over here for a few months, that culture shock tends to melt away. And most guys that are on board this ship, for the most part, really like being in Japan, with the exception of the bad yen rate. They don't get to go out as often like they used to. Probably in a pay period of 2 weeks, the average guy will probably be able to go out in town and have an enjoyable time, maybe once or twice. That's the average Joe on the ship. Plus, things on base aren't that cheap anymore either, because they hire Japanese employees, and in turn they have to pay them in yen, and because they have to pay them in yen, the price of the exchanges goes sky high. So it's kind of a sad state of affairs for Americans over here. But even though, I think they still enjoy it immensely. You very rarely hear an American really complaining about being over here, with the exception of, like I said, the yen rate. Sorry. We took a trip down to Nagasaki here probably 5 or 6 months ago. No, it was longer than that. But anyhow, we took a trip down to Nagasaki, down to Peace Park, and that place is impressive. The Japanese have built it up a lot, and the only place you can really tell where there was any destruction in the area itself is pictures. There's the property itself is completely renovated. They, sadly enough, didn't leave any of the destroyed buildings intact. And what I mean by sadly enough is that if they would have left some of the buildings intact, I think it would have left a strong reminder to people, more so than just the little statues and stuff they have all over the park. They have a marker, you know, where the bomb actually exploded. It wasn't a surface explosion; it was a above surface explosion. So it's, you know, it's just a marker. But like I said, it was really interesting. You'd have to see it to really get the full depth of feeling on it. But it's a place that I'd recommend anybody coming over here to go and see. But like I said, I'll be taking a lot of pictures of the surrounding area, and if I can figure out how to do it, because that footage we took on of Nagasaki is on beta. I'll try and transfer it over to VHS. Shouldn't be too hard. I don't know. I've never tried it. Okay. Anyhow, yeah, like you said in my tape, you heard from Lynn that we're transferring. Yeah, we're transferring Anywhere between the 1st of April until sometime around the 5th or 6th of April. We're not positive yet. I haven't got my actual transfer date yet. But when I told Mako about it first, she was a little bit upset about it, and I don't blame her, because this is her country and it's her family's here, and you know everything. And so you know, in that respect, I don't blame her at all for being a little bit apprehensive about going back to the States. But then after she sat down and thought about it and everything, she's really getting excited about going back to the States. You know, getting some property and possibly buying a house or a trailer house or whatever. That makes me feel good. And, but she's the kind of woman that can survive anywhere. You know, States, here, China, you can take her anywhere. And she's a survivor. She can basically handle it anywhere she goes. The kids, Tammy and Bobby, they're looking forward to it. They're kind of confused right now because they're not sure. You know, they've been in Japan basically all their life, so they don't really know anything. They're excited about going back to the States because all the things they hear there is to do and everything. I have an MG room right next door to where my office is here, so every once in a while we kick it on. It's kind of noisy. Interrupted again. Hold on. Okay. But like I was saying, yeah, Tammy and Bobby, they're excited, but they're not really sure what to make of it. And I can't blame them. You know, like I said, they've lived in Japan almost all their life, and they hear rumors, you know, good things and bad things about the States. I just hope when they go there, they go there with a positive attitude. It's, I guess, a lot like being in the military. You know, it depends on how you feel when you first get there. It will depend on how you feel the rest of the time at that place. But this time around, you know, we're retiring out, so you know where we go is, as it stands right now, pretty much where we'll stay. I didn't have a hard time getting Washington.
So you got us, mate?
For the last 6 or 7 years, I've tried to get Washington State, and every time it was a negative reply from the detailers. And just by a stroke of luck, they had Bangor open. Plus, I think it had a lot to do with me too, because I'm retiring. They try and put people pretty close to where they want to go for retirement. The school I'll be going to is approximately 12 weeks long. It's actually 2 schools. One is the MA Investigation School, and Master at Arms Investigation School, that is, and the FBI Academy. And I can't remember exactly where it is right now.
Been working a lot. They're not rotating or radiating electronic equipment while been working a lot on the USS St. Louis.
But I'm looking forward to both schools. I transfer from here, like I said, the first part of April, and then from there I go and take 30 days leave, and then I go to school, which will put me out of school probably mid-August, and then I actually report into Bangor itself for duty. And then from there, I'll have about another year left in the Navy, which I'm looking forward to. This 20 years has been fairly short, but at times it just drags by. Like right now, I'm waiting to transfer, and time's just moving around like a slug. But probably stop up at Tokyo and stay there for a few days and visit with Mako's folks, and then head on back to the States. And, hold on. Well, I'm back again. I think I told you about that guy that got bit by the tiger. Yeah, I just went up to the weapons office, and that's where he worked at, and picked up all his clothing that was mauled by the lion, or tiger rather, and it was what a mess. The sleeves all torn up and everything. Anyway, when we transfer, first thing we're going to be doing while I'm on leave is looking for a house or a trailer house or whatever. If you have by chance any leads or anything as to some good deals on housing, I'd appreciate it if you'd let me know. I just got a brochure from one of the real estate agencies. It's I haven't got it right in front of me, but it's one of the bigger real estate agencies in the Kitsap County area, and the brochure that he sent me had pictures of and prices of houses that he has available, and they're sitting right at the average of about $75,000 for a 3-bedroom house with about an acre of land. Needless to say, I've never bought a house up in that area, or any place for that matter. So I don't know if that's a fair value price or not. I've talked to different people on the ship that have lived up in that area and have bought houses, and they're saying that general rule up in that area, in the Kitsap area, is right at about 50 to 55,000. And anyhow, I was talking to these guys and asking them what the monthly payment on something like that would be, and most of the guys that I talked to went VA and was zeroed down, and they're saying they're going right at about 500 to 550 a month with a 30-year loan. Some guys I talked to said they put down 10% down, and their monthly payment didn't really drop all that much. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I guess I'll just have to wait and see when I get back there what the payment policies and the policies of the VA and everything is before I really put my foot in anybody's door. But yeah, we definitely want to buy when we get back, because we were looking at rental prices also, and they're hellacious. I can't believe the prices in here for a 3-bedroom house. They were asking anywhere between $680, which was the lowest we found for a halfway decent house in a halfway decent area, all the way up to $800 in the same area. So I really hate to see what it'd be like if you were really in a real nice area. Basically, what we're looking for is someplace in a basic rural setting, short distance from town, but where you don't have a big conglomerate of people all around. But like I said, you can get into town pretty easily, and like within 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes drive to work. I don't know, like I just said though, I'll probably just have to wait until I get back there to find out. But in the meantime, if you can find out anything for me, prices, payments, that kind of stuff. I know you've had a lot to do with real estate. If you can give me some kind of a lowdown on as to what goes on. Hold on. I'd really appreciate it. It definitely helped me for when I got back. Make things a lot easier, I think. But basically, like I said, what we're looking for is a rural setting, or the outskirts of town in a halfway decent area. It doesn't have to be Bangor itself. It could be Silverdale, any of those areas up in there. Also, we're possibly looking in the line lines of buying some property that the utilities have been run. Biggest reason why I say a double wide trailer house is eventually after I get out, and hopefully shortly after I get out, I'm seriously considering buying one of those log cabin kits, either from Weyerhaeuser or from one of the other many companies around. I've been looking at prices and the feasibility of setting something up like that on property I already have. And to me, right now, from reading different literature on log houses, is it's the way to go right now and in the future, primarily because of the cost effectiveness and the utilities, the low payments on utilities, saving on heat, everything. It really does seem like a good idea, and the houses seem to be just as durable, if not more durable, than the conventional type houses. So Mark and I have both been talking back and forth about that, and talking about the pros and cons of it. And there's definitely a lot more pros than cons to either building or buying a log cabin or log house rather. But then again, like I said, it's got to wait until we get back. We can speculate right now, but that's unfortunately that's all we can do. But I'd like to find out more information, and I'd really appreciate if you could help me out. I've been writing to different companies and stuff, but I'd rather talk to somebody that I know and relatives. And needless to say, you're a relative, you're my father, but plus you're pretty much in the know. You have been for a long time as far as real estate is concerned. I was thinking about Rita too, but I don't really want to associate with her too much. I know she's pretty big in real estate, at least she was, but if I remember correctly, you're just as good, if not better. So I'd rather ask you. Plus, like I said, you're my father, and she's really nothing to me anymore. Let me look on my list here, see what other kind of stuff I have to say. Okay, anyhow, talking about property, yeah, that too. The kind of property we'd like to get is, like I said, stuff that's got utilities already run into it, either a septic tank or city sewage, electricity, things like that. And I'm not really sure of the prices, but I'd like to get like 2 or 3 acres, and nicer the better. I'm not really looking for any flat land that's got nothing on it or nothing to offer, because what I'm looking for is the return value of the property. So if I were to sell later on, I could make a profit at it instead of just breaking even or losing. But I'd much rather go through you than go through a brokerage or something. For one, I don't even really know how that stuff works. I don't know zilch jack shit about it. Like I said, as well known, I've been over here for this long, for all these years. I don't know anything about real estate or costs or anything else, but I'd like to get some honest opinions as to what I should get myself into. I don't want to step into it naked and find out that it's not a nudist colony. If you get my drift. But enough about the property. But also, when we get back, we are going to have to start looking for a car for Mako, because no matter where she stays at, whether she were to stay with you or with Mom or Jill or whoever, she's going to need a car. So one of the said, one of the first things we got to look at is cars, and you know, a good car, a family car. She wants to get a van, a nice one, and one that doesn't cost a fortune, because I have to keep in mind that, you know, if we want to get her a nice car, definitely we're going to have to make payments on it, but the payments are going to have to be low enough where when we do buy property or a house or whatever, we're going to be able to afford the house payments or the property payments or whatever, and then still be able to live halfway comfortably. But probably what we're going to look for is a Dodge or a Ford van, 4 or 5 years old preferably, something that gets halfway decent gas mileage but can tow a trailer. Because I may try and send one or both of my boats back, and if I do that, I might have to go down to California to pick it up and tow it all the way back up to Washington. And I'm definitely going to have something with towing power to do that. But if you keep your eyes peeled for something like that too, like I said at the beginning of the tape, we'll be back in Washington the first part of April, and if you by chance run into a good deal on something like that, I'd appreciate it. I don't like asking you to do all these things, but I don't really know who to turn to, because I don't know anybody back there, and I don't really know about shopping for things like that anymore. I could ask Mom to do it, but she's not that well versed in that type of thing either. And especially living down in that little hick town that she lives in, it'd really be not to my advantage to have her look for something, because places like that, things are always a lot more expensive, I've found, than if you look in larger city newspapers or whatever. And I don't really want to go through a dealership, because I've found in the past that going through dealerships, they're quite a bit more expensive than going through, on a personal basis. Primarily because they're charging you all the extra things, plus they're charging you a retail price. And very rarely have I ever found that you can get them talked down to where it should be. Because they always say blue book price, this and that. And from past experience, a blue book is only as good as the person that wrote it. And the asking value of a car, you can usually get it for far less if you go through the want ads and stuff. And it's a car that's may not have a dealership warranty, which is usually not that good anyway. But if you do have problems with it, you can take it back to the guy or talk to the guy about the problems. And also you can do a person-to-person deal with the guy. Where in a used car lot or a new car lot, they're just out to make a slashing, and that's it. But, and I don't blame them. If I were to sell cars, I'd be doing the same damn thing. But they're there to make a profit. They're not there to break even. So, I'd like to get the best deal I can get. And then plus when we get back, Tammy's going to be just about old enough to get her driver's license. She turned 16 in August, and so during summer school, she's going to be taking driver's education, because she said she wants to get her driver's license when she's 16. That again, I'm not even sure if you can get a driver's license when you're 16 in Washington anymore. I guess I'll find out when I get there. But that's about all I have written down on this list. Next thing I'll do is take the camera and just walk around my office here to show you what a dump it really is. There's primer paint and stuff, as you can tell here. What I'm doing, I'm getting ready to paint this place out. We have a command inspection while we're in the Philippines, and place has basically gotta be spotless. So I'm gonna start fixing it up here. I've been sanding and priming and everything else here for the last month or so. And, right now, or probably next week, I'm probably gonna paint it out. I'm gonna borrow a friend of mine's spray gun, so I'll just bring it down here, beats the hell out of trying to do it with a paintbrush. Last time I did this place, I used a 2.5-inch paintbrush for the whole place. It was out while we're out on the Indian Ocean, and I didn't have anything else to do, so I just went ahead and painted it with a paintbrush. It came out pretty good, but it's not quite as good as if you were to use a spray gun. A lot of corners and holidays that you get. It's a pretty nice little place. I'll take the camera around right now and show you what it looks like. This right here is my desk. As you can tell, I've got trash all over it. I mean, I've even sanded down my desk to get it ready for painting. It's my little dartboard that I picked up in Korea last time. And there's the word processor. It belongs to the ship, but I'm going to try and talk them out of it when I leave, because this model is brand new, but it's already outdated for the ship. They found that there's a lot of things that it won't do that they need, so they're going to either turn them in for disposal, or they're going to auction them off. They were bought through the ship's welfare and rec, so whatever they want to do with them, they can make a profit again on it. This is all my literature and stuff for my rate and different things. All your military law books and different forms and folders and training manuals that I have. Here's my coffee pot, of course. I can get a good picture of that. It's one of the better coffee pots, as you can tell. It's got a burner warm up, and it's got the dispense, of course. Holds 1 cup. I'd give you the rundown on it, give us all the parameters on it, but I don't really have time to do that right now. There's last month's calendar for December. You can see all the lineouts. I'm sure you used to do that stuff. For the days remaining on a cruise, and we got back on the 21st, as you can see. I stopped lining it out, and I haven't changed the calendar yet. I guess it's just laziness on my part, but you know how that kind of stuff goes. Let's see what other kind of good stuff we have here. Oh yes, this is a porthole, brass porthole, solid brass, that they had a ship here in Saspo that they'd gotten back from the Red Chinese government. I guess apparently they didn't want it. It was something that was on loan to them, and the Navy decided to use it as a target ship. So me and a bunch of guys went over there and started stripping things off of it just for something to do one day. And I got this and about 5 or 6 other portholes. I've been working on this one. I'll probably put it in with my pack out and make it into a fish aquarium or something. I don't know yet. Damn thing weighs about 100 pounds. Mako's gonna go off the deep end when she finds out how much that thing weighs. We've been sweating the load on our weight allowance anyway. But I think it'd be something worth taking back. Maybe sell it at an auction or something. I don't know, or sell it for the weight of brass. Here's my foul weather jacket, as you can tell. It's an old military issue that I bought in Incheon, Korea. I paid $20 for it. It's got the liner and all that stuff. Now let's see. There's the bowls that I know you've seen a million of those things. Bring back some fond memories for you here. There you go. 2-tack 136, tack 5, tack Lima, frame 136 through 140, X division. I'm not sure how the Coast Guard did that. X division is administrative division. Let's see. There's a little refrigerator I used to have here. Let me stick my foot out here and open it up. I'll show you. Couldn't get it. Hold on. Kind of hard doing this with a camera in front of my face. There we go. See, it used to be a refrigerator, I should say. It's now my ship paper storage area and my comic storage area. I got this thing brand new, or I should say the ship got it brand new here about 4 or 5 months ago. And the space back here is the lowest point on the ship. So whenever the CHT system backs up, it floods out this space. Well, anyhow, this refrigerator is sitting on the deck and was destroyed by the CHT system. So, needless to say, it's a little item for the trash pile, but I just didn't have the heart to do it, so I've been using it as a storage area. There's my safe, as usual, wide open. It's where I keep all my confiscated drugs and knives and so forth and so on. Let's see, let me open it up here, see what kind of trash I have in here. See, it even says closed. Yeah, not really much in there. See, I might have that bottle of vodka still. Yeah, there we go, see. That's a bottle of vodka I confiscated from a guy. He had it stored in his locker. Well, now I've got it stored in my safe. And my big selection here of is they always call them master keys, bolt cutters. I usually lend those out to like the LPOs and stuff if they got something to cut for their people, or if some guy wants to rip somebody off a little bit extra money, and I'll go ahead and lend them to them. Not really. Okay, let's see, and then there's my other refrigerator. I got that out of salvage for nothing. It used to be in the B&Q. Let's see what kind of junk I got in there. Well, there's nothing there. Oh, bag of candy for the kiddies. And let's see, I got my freezer here. Okay, got a drumstick, ice cream, then Suzy Q's, and a bunch of instant pizzas that I got from the galley. They don't know I got them yet. Let's see, okay, then my personal sandwich locker here. One of the few enlisted guys got one. As you can tell, it's neatly arranged. I spent a fine hour arranging this thing so I can always get to it whenever I need something. Okay, there's some of my uniforms. As you can tell, majority of them are civilian clothes. And there's my trash shelf. Okay, that's hasn't been touched in over 2 years, and hopefully will remain that way when I leave. It's a lot of good fond memories up there. Okay, and there's my 409. I'm going to use that when I clean this place up, just prior to cleaning or spray painting this place. And there's a motor's manual down there on the bottom shelf. And there's another one of my fine collectible books, Muscle Cars. As you can tell, it's up there with all my other trading equipment. And then there's my linen issue. And let's see, that's about it for this space. There's my favorite chair. Every time we're in rough weather, it slides from one end of the space to the other. Keeps me occupied, trying to keep balance. Okay, let's see here. Ah, yes. There's my own personal shower stall. As you can tell, I've got my own little handrail there for when it gets rough out and I'm trying to take a shower. I don't go flying out the door. Then there's my little drying room, part of a convection heater. There's a bunch more of the primer paint. Pretty nice, eh? I say give a good $5, $6 for it if I was ever to sell it. There's one of my brick doors. As you can tell, I've got plastic over it. Another one of my ideas for preparation for painting. Try and keep, because I'm not going to paint the space inside here. I don't want paint residue to go in. Okay, this is my junk storage. This is stuff that I confiscate from people, things that are turned in, lost items, plus of course my cleaning gear. Let's see, suitcases. That's a suitcase, belongs to one of the guys that work for me. Inside that bag right there, earlier I told you about that tiger. Well, those are the clothes that he was wearing. And I take them out and show them to you, but if I open the bag, it stinks terrible because of this aromatic smell of rotten flesh. A bunch of brand new sheets. If you ever need sheets, give me a jingle and I'll send you a couple dozen. Let's see, there's a lamp that confiscated on some guy's rack. Let's see, there's some DC plugs I use for the drains whenever the place backs up. There's my suitcases. I gotta take them home. And there's dirty, soiled, filthy linen bag. It's very rarely used. Probably the sheets and stuff that are in there have probably been in there since I've been here. And let's see, here's the convection heater that cover goes to. And let's see, I'm the only space on this ship that's got all false overheads. It's great. It's like living in the hill until you gotta clean it. Okay, plus I got all false bulkheads. Every place else on the ship has got just bulkheads, and I have false bulkheads. I'm really proud of it. Installed them myself, as a matter of fact, about a year and a half ago. Okay, here's a toilet. As you can tell, this is one of the rare toilets. It's one of the, I call it a scenic toilet because it's you got a constant fountain going into it. It's enjoyable, you know, when you're out at sea, just to stand there and stare at it. It kind of reminds you of home, or out in the woods looking at a waterfall. Actually, what happened was I flushed it about a week ago, and the spud there, that little black part, came shooting out of the side of the toilet, and water went over everywhere. And they don't have any repair parts on board, so I went ahead and just put it over the side there and turned the water on a little bit, so you got constant running water. And if the HTs ever find out about it, they'll have a shit fit. And there's my own stainless steel sink. It's in a need of cleaning. Everything in here needs cleaning, really. There's my plugged up scuttlebutt. See, and then this is where I sleep, my own personal break, or jail cell. There's my clock, one of my belts, there's my rack. There's a bunch of uniforms laying on top of the pillow, and I'm too lazy to put them inside the locker. And there's my broken light cover, I should say. Okay, here's the legal yeoman's office. He's the guy that works for me. He's the guy that's responsible for typing up all the report sheets and everything on people. One of our CO2 bottles, half full trash can, and of course my hot water heater that I had to rebuild myself because A-Gang wouldn't do it. And some posters that belongs to the legal yeoman. I don't say too much about that as long as they're not filthy, dirty pictures. There's his storage area right there. And of course the Trazo deck that he has. Actually, it's throughout the whole break. Okay, let me take a quick walk through here and see if I missed anything. I don't think so. I think I got everything. There's the lock for the brig doors. Okay, no, that's about it. Okay, yes, of course, my handcuffs and my leg irons and stuff. And then this is all the different forms that I have, miscellaneous, of course. Information, liberty risk, restricted and extra duty, incident complaint reports, lost stolen complaint report, urinalysis program, desk journals, personal equipment, and another, of course, miscellaneous. That's where the majority of my forms go, is under miscellaneous, because I don't know where to put them, because they usually look so bad by the time I get them, I can't read them anyway. Okay.
Why you have to
This is
do
our apartment.
What a mess.
See this? Take this. That's me. Pop. Mom, up there.
Believe it?
Video going
We're
up.
famous.
Okay. That's enough.
All right.
That's enough. That's enough.
Go ahead.
Good enough. Good.
Bobby.
We will be no. We will be no.
Papa, Waddy. Look at. What?
Japanese food.
Spiriting all the
That
time.
won't come out.
いやらしい。意識しちゃう。梅干しキャンディー。酸っぱいの。行くだよ。Chrissy.
Well, who's my Chrissy? My Chrissy. My daddy.
I can.
My daddy.
I just thought they should have hauled us.
Come on.
Okay, daddy's yours. You can have the daddy.
Go.
Okay, that's
We prove it. How bright you are. Alright. Yeah, okay. They do.
Chrissy, people might be waiting. Chrissy, people are waiting. Chrissy, our door's right there.
need that?
Yeah.
Was she
Ride a bicycle.
Yeah, do it. Bobby could take a picture. Yeah, what is your new bicycle?
Chrissy, cheese.
You don't got any other chance, Tammy. You're gonna be pretty busy every day. Cleaning here, there, here, there.
Pig nose, what?
How come this key don't work?
You put that.
They probably changed doors on us or something.
But you better go with her.
No.
Watch
Watch where
it.
you're going.
Watch Bobby. Oh, she know how to now. Good. Oh,
Mm.
Good job, Kissy. Good job.
Copyright it?
Hooray.
Ride it.
Okay, you wait here. Up, Robert, you go another front. Kissy, come here. 하시래, 하시래. Hi, Mama turn. Ow.
That's gonna be.
Come over.
Ride my little bike.
Tammy. Tammy.
Wee.
What's that? So stupid. Now, Robert, you turn. Papa, take a picture. Papa, you
Yeah,
go
I will.
take that. Stop. Get a hold on the face.
Here, right on the back, Chrissy. Remember?
No.
No, we always do this.
Yeah, that's not, man.
That's a
Do it slow.
Don't worry, she never goes off. Get on. Get on, Chrissy. Get on. Hurry. Get on the back. No. Get on, Chrissy. Get on the back.
Get on the bed.
I want to ride a bicycle.
Tammy, better go.
Get on the back, Chrissy.
Just go. Everybody took it. Only except you.
Chrissy, get on the back.
Chrissy, wait. Tammy, round and now the next is your turn. You. Because Oshiri too big, but
Those were my shorts.
nah.
Tammy.
You better watch out, Kiki. Darling. I'll be right now. Stop.上手ね、クリちゃん上手ね。上手。ようやく分かったね、ハンドル取るのね。ずっとね、一番最初、first day, she always said that, walk,
Yeah, I know.
every move. Okay, let's see you on TV.
What a retarded looking bicycle.
All right, Pa. Do that again. Beat her up some more.
Christy, let's go watch a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, let's watch a movie, Mom.
Give you ice cream. Good girl. Mama, give you ice cream. Ice cream. Want some ice cream?
You know why I never say that? I say I see him at home. You never see him all come in school, out of school. I see him all when I came home.
Hey, Robbie, come on.
Let's get close up here. This good black male material.
You're not gonna leave town, so what are you doing?
Shit, I leave here most Scotia, bud.
Really?
Yeah.
You gonna stay in Japan though, right?
Going up to Bangor, Washington.
Shit, that's your first time in the States in ages.
17 years.